The scene is set here tonight, just a couple of minutes away before we get the green flag underway. Beautiful Martinsville Speedway. And you look around the racing facility, all the cars lined up, getting lined up and ready to go down in the infield.
Yeah, these late model stock cars have been under preparation ever since before 11 a.m. this morning. They all were heading through the tech shed and actually what is the garage for the NASCAR Cup Series on the backstretch here at Martinsville Speedway. And as they made their way through, a couple of cars had to go through a couple of times to get adjustments, but the NASCAR officials making thorough inspection of everything for all these race teams. I believe we have 75 cars strong, getting ready to try to take qualifications. As I said, Matt Light going to be the first car out in the number 23, and then Connor Branch, Jessica Can in the number 19 machine, and then Corey Dunn and Chuck Wall will be the first 5 machines that are listed. And if you keep an eye up on the scoreboard, you'll be able to watch some of the video footage as we get everything going for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. Remember, we do still have the Virginia Triple Crown up for grabs, and a ton of money has been put behind that effort in here in 2025. So it's been pretty wild to watch all the undergoings at South Boston Speedway, at Langley Speedway, and now here at Martinsville Speedway, where they were crowned the king and put that crown on somebody's head for the Triple Crown for Virginia Triple Crown Racing here at the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. So lots of money up for grabs throughout the entire weekend.
Get a good look here. Martinsville over down between turns 1 and 2. The field lined up, just about ready to go. They're less than 30 seconds away from turning them loose here and getting them qualifying. 2 laps of qualifying coming up for each team. And you get a good look at the 7A of Connor Branch out of Lexington, North Carolina. Just about ready to go. But again, qualifying just about ready to get underway here from Martinsville Speedway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. And we'll set the running order for the heat races tomorrow afternoon before the big feature race tomorrow night.
So late model stock car competition has been taking place all season long. The young man who finished second in the nation is down there in one of the number 57 machines, the 57A. Getting ready to go for qualifying in his first time here, Chase Johnson, third generation driver. Right now out on the racetrack, here comes Connor Branch in the off-road Outlaws Martin Performance Chevrolet out of Louisville, North Carolina. Connor Branch in the 7A machine working around the half-mile paper clip down the backstretch. He'll head 2 cars at a time. Looks like they're sending out Jessica Can as well. So Jessica out there in the number 19 driven Black Acid Apparel Chevrolet out of Kernersville, North Carolina. Also, Branch across the stripe, a 21.419. 21.419 will start qualifications. Jessica Can, the next machine across the stripe. In her first lap under the clock, a 21.419. 21.419. Pardon me, 21.054. 21.054 for Jessica. She'll go to the top of the chart. Branch across the stripe, 21.207 the faster of the 2 laps. Lap number 2, can off of turn number 4 in the black acid apparel Chevrolet across the stripe, a 21.020. That's the line to beat right now, 21.020 for the young lady in the number 19 machine.
Qualifying underway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 here at Martinsville Speedway. And again, you're following along with the 19 of Jessica Can out of Kernersville, North Carolina.
Chuck Wall looks like the next car to come out on the racetrack. The number 50 machine, the United Electrical Services RDR Chevrolet out of Lexington, North Carolina. RDR Racing Specials. Sort of a look-alike kind of machines out here working around the facility. Watching that car work off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. 81 machine also out on the racetrack right now. I believe that is Zach Clifton's number 81, the Jerry Hunt Super Center Tom Watson Construction Chevrolet. Across the stripe comes Chuck Wall in the number 50 machine, a 20.985, 20.985 for Wall across the stripe. Clifton will better that with a 20.622. Zach Clifton and his number 81 Chevy now taking over the top spot. Wall will rev up with a 20.579. 20.579 for Chuck Wall in the United Electrical Services RDR Chevy. And let's see, Clifton answers back with a 20.431. So the new bar, 20.431, set by the number 81, Zach Clifton.
Qualifying rolls on here at Martinsville Speedway, the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. You're about to see a driver come out right here who has turned a ton of laps here at Martinsville over the years, and that is Jimmy Mullins. His hometown is pretty much right here. He is out of Bassett, Virginia, the number 73. Here comes Jimmy Mullins.
The Racing College and Cunningham Tire Chevrolet out of Bassett, Virginia. Jimmy Mullins out on the racetrack. Working the corners and coming down the straightaways, getting ready to swing across the stripe. Also coming out for qualifications will be the 7C of Corey Pack. Corey Pack and the Sugar Shack Sweets and Treats Chevrolet out of Ridgeway, Virginia. Across the stripe comes Jimmy Mullins, and a 20.424 will start off qualifications for these two machines. The 73 car jumps to the top. The answer for Branch right back, pardon me, for the 7C machine is third quick for a 20.474 for Pack. Well, its second lap a little bit slower, a 4:37 for the 4:24, the new line to go for. Corey Pack trying to answer back in the 7C across the stripe. And he will do so with a 20.109, flirting with the 19-second bracket here. 20.109, brand new Hoosier tires, and they're showing up.
Waiting on the 17C, Brian Reedy out of Daleville, Virginia. They're going to let the 7 car go around. That's going to be Dylan Ward, Walkerton, North Carolina.
Dylan in the DeWalt Performance Jerry Hunt Super Center Chevrolet, working out onto the racetrack. Following him out onto the racetrack looks to be one of the 97 machines, I believe. That's Michael Baumgartner's machine, or was that the 8C? The 17C, actually, I believe is who that is going to be that you were talking about, Brian Reedy. Yes, it is. That is Brian Reedy's DCT Towing and Recovery Mobility Plus Ford at a Daleville, Virginia, coming out onto the track. Across the stripe for Dylan Ward, his first lap, second quick, 20.409, 20.409. Across the stripe comes Reedy. He will be 6th quick out of the 8 cars that have taken time, 20.620, 20.620. Dylan Ward still second quick, but betters his second lap, 20.281, 20.281 for Dylan Ward. Reedy in the 17C will jump to top 5 now, 5th spot in the 17C with a 20.470.
Should be the 1A coming out of Jamie York from Reedsville, North Carolina. In the 1A, qualifying underway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 here at Martinsville Speedway. It indeed is the 1A. of Jamie York. Jamie, the Rapco Hauling Registers Autoglass Chevrolet from Reidsville, North Carolina.
Also coming out on the track, working his way through turns 3 and 4, the number 5 of Dexter Knipe. The third, the Jewelry Exchange Little Caesars Pizza Chevrolet out of Conover, North Carolina. Watch York make his way down into turns 3 and 4. The 1A machine coming off the corner. The Rapco Hauling Chevrolet across the stripe. Looks like he's going to be 7th quick out of the cars that have taken time right now. A 20.629, 20.629. Knipe across the stripe. He'll go to 3rd quick, 20.314. Maybe trying to get a little bit more out of the lap number 2. Jamie York in the 1A coming down the front stretch across the stripe for the checkered flag. He'll jump to 6th quick, 20.466. So we wait for Knipe to cross the stripe. Across he comes. He'll stay 3rd quick. First lap, the better of the two, the 20.314. Real deal, Ryan Neal coming out, the 50A RDR garage doors of the Triad Toyota Camry out of Walkerton, North Carolina. And right behind him, the number 57A, the Virginia State Police Heat Program Dixie Paving Ford out of Midlothian, Virginia. That's Chase Johnson, finished 2nd in the nation in the Tier 1 weekly racing series for NASCAR.
Qualifying rolls on for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 here at Martinsville Speedway.
And Walkertown, North Carolina native coming out across the stripe. Ryan, the real deal, Neal coming across. And for Neal, it'll be 2nd quick, a 20.254, but that was on lap number 1 that he ran around the racetrack. Chase Johnson up to 5th quick on lap number 2, a 20.362 for the number 57 machine. It is still Corey Pack right now, the top driver in his 7C machine with a 20.109. That's the bar everybody's aiming for right now, Joey.
No doubt about it. And the deeper we get into qualifying, likely the speeds are going to go higher. And we look for Woody Howard right here in the 41. The Eastover Service and Repair RC Pacing Chevrolet. Woody is out of Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah, local regular at Langley Speedway in Hampton, Virginia. A bunch of wins under his belt, including the season opener for 2025. Woody, an ex-driver in the Hooters Pro Cup Series, which is now like sort of the ARCA Series kind of thing, and making his comeback to late model stock car competition over the last couple of years, and making his comeback to Martinsville because he's one of the gentlemen up for the Triple Crown, Virginia Triple Crown across the stripe. The other 17 machine out on the racetrack, that's Jason Myers in that black and green Billy's AC Service Chevrolet out of Hurt, Virginia. Woody Howard 8th quick, a 20.450, 20.450. Myers will go 10th quick on lap number 1, a 20.466. Myers in the 17 machine on the racetrack right now. Woody Howard in the 41. Woody will jump to 2nd quick, 20.188 for Woody Howard in the number 41. See if Myers can better his time, one of South Boston's regulars. The 17 machine does jump to 5th quick with a 20.296.
Waiting on the 13 car, he will be the next out. That is going to be Chase Murphy, the DeWalt Performance J.B. Blackwell & Sons Trucking Chevrolet. Chase Murphy, number 13.
And you'll see the launch coming off of pit road right by the Cookout logo for the 31 machine. That is Cole Bruce, a 3-time winner at Langley Speedway this season in the Club Tales Camping World Toyota out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. So these two drivers encompassing the racetrack right now. Case Murphy in his Chevrolet working down the backstretch. He'll be the first one to go ahead and put a lap up on the board. He'll be the 15th car to take time here today for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. 13 machine of Murphy will go to 12th spot on lap number 1, a 20.525. 20.525. Bruce across the stripe for Cole Bruce in the 31. He will jump to 6th quick, 20.299. Waiting to see what Murphy has for lap number 2. A little bit more comfort, and it shows on lap number 2 with 8th place right now at 20.340. Cole Bruce was 6th on lap number 1. Can he do a little better on lap number 2? Actually, lap number 2 loses about a 1/10 of a second. So he stays with that 20.299, 6th quick for Cole Bruce.
Qualifying rolls on here at Martinsville Speedway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300, lining up the field for tomorrow's heat races. And you'll recognize this driver here, number 98. That is Ty Majeski from Seymour, Wisconsin, the Chad Bryant Racing Ford. Again, out of the state of Wisconsin. And the defending NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, trying to take home a grandfather clock here at Martinsville.
Working his way around the track. He did the same thing in practice earlier today. He drove her down in deep. It paid on the front end coming out from underneath that car. Good catch by that driver. Lots of experience showing right there as Diego Mendez-Torres in the R-Fit Next Chevrolet out of Huntersville, North Carolina comes out on the track as well, the number 24. So lap number 1, not going to be what Ty was looking for, but still 15th out of the 17 cars that have taken time. 20.982, so lap 2 should definitely be better. Diego 15th now, bumps Ty back, a 20.640, but we'll see what the 98 car has to answer for second lap around this racetrack. And Majeski crosses the stripe, and he will jump to 4th quick, 20.274. Good answer on that slip up in turns 1 and 2 there at the front end coming out from under the car. Diego Mendez-Torres 15th still with 20.490, so he did get a little quicker on lap number 2.
All right, fans, next up will be the 15 car of Adam Murray from Bailey, North Carolina, in the Van Dyke Racing Performance Quality Pre-Owned Chevrolet. And again, that is Adam Murray. Also, Kyle Dudley in the 4 car comes out on the racetrack. The Farm Bureau Insurance Hannibas Collision Center Chevrolet. Kyle is out of Roanoke, Virginia.
These 2 cars, this 15 car usually wheeled around this racetrack by Crest Van Dyke. Well, this is Crest Van Dyke's developmental racing program that he has now that has this young driver, Adam Murray, behind the wheel of this Chevrolet. Out of Abingdon, Virginia, across the stripe comes the number 15 machine, and he'll be 8th quick with a 20.299, 20.299, an exact tie for between he and Cole Bruce across the stripe. Dudley coming across 5th quick, a 20.274. And now Murray answers back with 3rd quick, a 20.199. Knocks exactly a 1/10 off of his lap. Great run by the 15 machine. Dudley also answers back by jumping into the top 5, a 20.274.
All right, fans. Qualifying rolls on here for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 at Martinsville Speedway. The 01A of Camden Gully. The TR Vernal Paving, Used Trucks, NorthCarolina.com Ford out of Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah, this young man won the Up on the Wheel Award from MPI last year when Jeb and Ward Burton had the Orange Crush at Orange County Speedway. And this young man looking forward to a great run this weekend. Talked to him earlier in the garage. And Camden Gully, like I said, in this Ford working around the racetrack right now. Right behind him, the number 8. We know Thomas Scott from South Boston Speedway. That's for sure in that number 8 Draper Lumber machine. 01 car. Camden Gully 12th quick on lap number 1. Thomas Scott 8th quick. Matches his number 20.281. 2281 for Thomas Scott. Camden Gully trying to do a little better on lap number 2. Sits 13th. How about P3? 20.190 for Camden Gully in the 01A. He'll jump up the list. And not as good as Thomas Scott. P2 for the number 8 Chevrolet. A 20.152 for Thomas Scott right now. Corey Pack still holding strong. 20.109 is the bar that he set early on in qualifications.
Going to welcome out the 17B of Stacy Puryear, the Coldwell Banker Elite Infinity Payment Systems Chevrolet out of nearby South Boston, Virginia. Now, you talk about a driver who has had some great runs in this race over the years. It is Stacy Puryear.
Yeah, Puryear history definitely shows on its favor of his side because he's got a lot of laps around this place, knows how to get it done, ready to capture that grandfather clock this weekend. Right behind him, here comes Bobby Mack. Bobby McCarty is on the racetrack. Halifax Insurance, GXS Wrap Chevrolet out of Madison, North Carolina. Bobby Mack working down the back stretch, but coming down the front stretch, here is that 17B machine of Stacy Puryear, 11th quick on lap number 1, 20.296. Bobby McCarty, 14th quick, 20.327. Puryear's car looked a lot better through 3 and 4 that time. Let's see how much he jumps on the board. How about all the way up to P2 for Stacy Puryear, 20.115 for the 17B. Bobby Mack tries to answer back and does with P3, 20.126.
Cars picking up some lap time here as the deeper we go into the field here for qualifying. But the ValleyStar Credit Union 308A is about to come out on the racetrack. Tate Fogelman in the Bull City Performance Fogelman Landfill and Mine Chevrolet out of Durham, North Carolina. Another driver. It's in the hunt for the Virginia Triple Crown.
And I tell you what, a beautiful car up close. You can't see the metallic in it and everything, but that blue's got a lot of metallic in it around the top of it. He's followed out onto the racetrack by Blaine Harrison in the 7D Twin City Motors Exchange, Stu's Family Foundation Ford out of Bastion, Virginia. He'll work off of turn number 4, and you look at the roof of this car, Old Glory itself, red, white, and blue all across the roof of the number 7 machine. So having a great time with the paint scheme on that car for Blaine Harrison around the racetrack. But across the stripe comes the 8A of Tate Fogelman. How about 4th quick, 20.139. 20.139 for Tate Fogelman's first lap. Across the stripe comes the 7D of Blaine Harrison. 6th quick, 20.165. 20.165. See if Fogelman's got anything. Yes, Fogelman goes to the top. 20.072. 20.072 for the 8A of Tate Fogelman. The answer back from Harrison. Across the stripe, looks like it'll be a little bit slower on lap number 2, a 175. His first lap, a 21.65, the official lap.
All right, next couple of drivers out will be Parker Eatman from Wilson, North Carolina, in the Bet Adventures Southern Ready Mix Chevrolet, again out of North Carolina, and also the 62 of Ronnie Bassett Jr. in the Bessemer Tire Buddy Scoops Ice Cream Ford from Lexington, North Carolina.
Watching this 71 car, it has a history of running very well no matter where it shows up. Parker Eatman behind the wheel of this Chevrolet, the Vet Adventure Chevy, down into turn number 1. Smoothly working on lap number 1 as a complete different look. So used to seeing a 04 number on the side of Ronnie Bassett Jr.'s machines. But this Ford coming to terms with him to go ahead and get behind the wheel here at Martinsville Speedway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. So he was excited about this opportunity for that race team and he to get this combination on the racetrack. And Bassett up to 6th quick, 20.161, 20.161. 71 machine looking to better lap number 2 and will do so. How about Eatman to the top, 20.067. I have a feeling we're going to be saying this a lot in these few cars that are coming up here, Joey. And it looks like that last lap around there, Bassett up to 3rd quick, 20.087.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Fast race cars coming up every time they hit the racetrack now here at Martinsville Speedway. As we get ready for the 44A of Dylan Newsom. Dylan Newsom, the Pennington Automotive R.H. McRae Chevrolet out of Goldsboro, North Carolina. And then how about Daniel Silvestri?
Yeah, past pole winner here. Matter of fact, he set the pole one year, came back and set the outside pole the following year. Silvestri driving the 17A Wind Site Development WG Speaks Ford out of Blacksburg, Virginia. The driver, the young man behind the wheel, recent graduate of college. I mean, he's taking care of things, an engineering degree and everything. Cars working around this racetrack and getting qualifying done quick, 2 at a time around here. White flag coming down on the 44 machine. And Newsom looks like he's going to be 16th quick on lap number 1, a 20.295. Silvestri across the stripe. He'll come across in 9th place right now, 20.186. Newsom trying to jump back onto the scoreboard here a little bit more. See what he can do about lap number 2, and he will jump up to 9th quick, 20.179. A little battle between the two cars on the track. Bump Silvestri back. Silvestri answers back with the pole. Top speed right now at 20.065. 20.065. Wood Brothers paint scheme, and that's a very storied family, of course, here at Martinsville Speedway. But great paint scheme on that Ford number 17A, and Daniel Silvestri right now the fastest car in town at the moment.
All right, car number 33 is out on the racetrack. Dylan Harville, Dylan Tree Service, Gastown Ford, out of Kernersville, North Carolina. And we also going to see the 3-car of Trey Williams out of Powhatan, Virginia. The Ray A. Williams Custom Homes Garage Living Chevrolet, again out of Powhatan.
Yeah, the 3-car just swapped over. He's now underneath the AH Race Cars team, which is also Chase Burrow's team. So they're teammates for this race weekend. Harville across the stripe for the 33. How about straight to the top? 20.006. We're flirting with the 19-second bracket now. 20.006 for Harville. Across the line comes Trey Williams. He'll be 16th quick on lap number 1. 20.256. Right now for the 3-car. Harville looking to try to get a little bit more. How about it? We've done it 19.988 for Dylan Harville in the number 33 machine. First car to break the 19-second bracket this weekend in qualifications. Trey Williams will stay 16th, a little bit slower on lap number 2 in the number 3 machine.
Chase Burrow, the 00. As you heard Buck mention earlier, his teammate for the weekend, the Medec Corporation AH Race Car Chevrolet. He is out of King William, Virginia. And then Andrew Grady in the 1-car, the ABC Hosiery Gildan Comfort Color Chevrolet from Youngsville, North Carolina.
These cars working around now. The 1-car rolls right out of Torp Racing Chassis, T-O-R-P, Torp Racing Chassis. AH Race Cars, Ryan Burrow is Chase Burrow's dad, who actually builds these race cars. So this is pretty cool, watching a couple of factory cars come right out on the racetrack. Of course, we got these Hedgecock cars we've been talking about all day long to see exactly where they're going to wind up. We saw Bobby McCarthy. We still have Mason Diaz to come later on. Chase Burrow, 15th quick, 20.238, 20.238 for Burrow on lap number 1. White flag over Grady's machine. How about second quick? P2 for the number 1 machine, 20.054. Great run in 2024 in the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 for Andrew Grady. And looks like he's trying to back it up. Burrow jumps into the top 10, a 20.132. 20.132. And Grady across the stripe, a little bit slower on lap number 2, but he's still got P2 right now with 20.054.
All right, next couple of cars set to come out will be Donovan Strauss in the 98A, the Q-Collar Q30 Innovation Chevrolet from Mooresville, North Carolina. And then the 77A of Darren Krantz Jr., RaceForKids.com Chevy from Huntington, New York.
This machine right here, I've been watching it all day, of Donovan Strauss, the 98A. It stayed in the top 15, top 10 cars most of the day. The second practice session just dropped out a little bit. So we'll see exactly what happens here under the qualification clocks right now for the number 98 machine, as well as the 77A, as you mentioned, Joey, of Darren Krantz. The RaceForKids.com. That's something neat to check out if you get a chance to go on your phone, tablet, or computer and check out RacingForKids.com. And like I said, Donovan Strauss, he's been strong all day. How about P1? 19.973 for the 98A on lap number 1. And Krantz, 18th quick, 20.227. Strauss trying to get a little bit more, and he does, a 19.960. The new time to beat around the Martinsville Speedway paperclip. Krantz off the corner, trying to do better on lap number 2. He will jump to 15th quick, 20.188. 20.188 for Darren Krantz Jr.
Qualifying, getting deep into the field here at Martinsville Speedway for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. And waiting on the 8B to hit the racetrack, Connor Weddle, First Choice Garage Door Chevrolet from Centerville, Maryland. And he'll be followed out by Landon S. Huffman, number 28, the PRG Chevrolet from Connolly Springs, North Carolina.
Another multi-time winner at Dominion Raceway, the number 8 machine, Connor Weddle, working around the racetrack. First Choice Garage Doors, a constant sponsor on that Chevrolet. It's been in victory lane at Dominion Raceway multiple times. Said Landon S. Huffman working around the track. Had a great run going last year. Almost made it into the feature and ended up getting taken out in one of the heat races. So we're watching to see what he can do a little bit better this year with his machine. Connor Weddle looked like he was 10th quick, and Huffman bumps him back, so they're having their own private battle on the track. Weddell's first lap of 20.125. He answers back with a 20.123, still 11th quick. Landon S. Huffman in the 28 machine, a 20.116. Can he jump up the chart a little bit further? Across the stripe he will come. He will stay 10th quick. Second lap a little bit slower, but still good enough to be inside of the top 10 with a 20.116.
Mike Looney, number 87. Coming out on the racetrack, Mike Looney, 87, Hopkins Lumber A1 Heating and Cooling Chevrolet from Catawba, Virginia. Mike has been there. He has been to victory lane in this race. He did so back in 2016 in dramatic fashion. And then we have the 40 car. That's going to be Ryan Millington, the Maverick Steel Buildings Maysville Motors Chevrolet from Statesville, North Carolina.
Yeah, Millington, definitely a different look. We're used to his black and yellow and red 15 machine we've seen on the car store for the past few years. Jumping behind the wheel of this number 40 machine this week. And it's a beautiful car. Lots of chrome, lots of silver. Beautiful up close. You can see the chrome refracting onto the racetrack, as a matter of fact, off of that machine. But off of turn number 4, Mike Looney to the stripe. Looney's first lap, 7th quick, 20.075. 20.075. Millington up in the top 10 most of the day in practice. How about P3 for lap number 1? 20.048. 20.048 for Ryan Millington, driving the number 40 machine. Looney answers back, bumps him back a spot. Third for Looney now, 20.048, an exact duplicate down to the thousandths of Millington's lap, and Millington runs slower on the second lap. They stay tied for time, a 20.048. Both the cars you just watched run this qualifying session just ran the exact same time on the track together. Amazing.
Next two cars coming your way here, fans. Number 97, Michael Baumgartner, out of Taylorsville, North Carolina, in the Clearwater Incorporated Barton Builders Toyota. Mason Diaz in the 41A. He's going to follow him out. The Price William Marina Thanksgiving Classic Chevrolet out of Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah, I was watching Baumgartner in practice, and Joey and I noticed in practice session number 2, Baumgartner really showed up in fashion and looked very quick all practice session long. The 97 out there on the track. And the other Hedgecock Race Cars machine out there, Mason Diaz in the 41. Mason usually a good wheelman to bring to this race, and Baumgartner does exactly what we talked about, a 19.926 P1 for the 97 machine. Here comes Diaz across the stripe. White flag down on that machine. Definitely going to need lap number 2 for Mason Diaz out on the racetrack. Baumgartner's second lap a little bit slower, looking for Diaz on the listing here. And 25th quick so far for Diaz, a 20.254, uncharacteristic qualifying effort there for the driver of the 41 machine so far. It looks like we've had 42 cars take time at the moment, and we just saw Michael Baumgartner in the 97 lay down a 19.926 second lap around the half mile.
12A of Jake Crom comes out, the Mount Airy Toyota, the 909 Ranch Chevrolet from Hidnight, North Carolina. Jake went to victory lane in this race back in 2009. And Stuart Cruz in the 29, the E&A Cattle CFC Chevrolet out of Long Island, Virginia.
Yeah, Crum, a past champion in the defunct UARA series, which ironically through the years became what is now known as the Cars Tour that we all watch. Right here now, racing the NASCAR Weekly Series season Super Bowl. We're watching it. Jake Crum out there on the racetrack in the 12A machine. And he will be 29th quick, 20.274. And Stuart Cruz 35th quick, 20.351. Crum's second lap jumps him to 11th, 20.097. Stuart Cruz, how about fourth quick, 20.046. 20.046 for the number 29 machine.
Waiting for the 0-1 out next. That's going to be Thomas Bean, the Still Leapfrog Lawn Care Chevrolet from Hudson, North Carolina. And then Matt Waltz in the 2 is going to come out. The Waltz Engineered Sales Innovative Mechanic Contractor Chevrolet, Smithfield, Virginia.
Being a very clean-looking race car, the steel sponsorship aboard the quarter panels of the 0-1, working off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. The Davcon Incorporated machine, also the number 2 machine of Matt Waltz, getting down on the curb a little bit, caught a little bit of it, got the car out of shape, so it looks like lap number 2 is going to be what he's going to be aiming for. Across the stripe for the 0-1, and it looks like it's not going to land in the top here. As we look down, Thomas Bean 25th quick on lap number 1, 20.198, 20.198. And Matt Waltz 12th quick, 20.091, so he might be able to answer back real serious right now. 0-1 machine across the stripe. Thomas Bean 23rd quick, 20.188, 20.188. Waltz will stay 12th quick now at 20.089, 20.089 for Matt Waltz in car number 2.
The 2A of Brandon Pierce will be next out. The Josh Sellers Crossroads Harley-Davidson Chevrolet from Kernersville, North Carolina. And we've also got the 09 of Riley Gentry, the Roots Tire and Automotive Service Toyota out of Easley, South Carolina.
Gentry's another car that showed up in practice session number 2. The Roots Tire Automotive machine was definitely on a rail getting around here. Brandon Pierce, local favorite at South Boston Speedway, and has run the Cars Tour for years now too as well, with the Crossroads Harley-Davidson sponsorship on his Chevrolet. We can see what he does here on lap number 1. Brandon Pierce across the stripe, and he will go to 13th quick on lap number 1, 20.094, 20.094 for Brandon Pierce. 09 machine of Riley Gentry, 4th quick on lap number 1, 20.027. Riley Gentry in the 09, 20.027. Brandon Pierce, how about P2? 19.946 for Brandon Pierce on lap number 2. Now coming across for lap number 2 for Riley Gentry, P1, 19.887. Great lap for the 09 machine, and their driver and team has got to be celebrating that great lap of 19.887.
Cars getting faster as we go. We've got the 88A of Doug Barnes Jr., the Air Doug Toyota out of Wellington, Florida, coming out. And also the number 8 of Caden Quample, the Carolina Carports Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet from Mooresville, North Carolina.
Yeah, Quample, he got that car packed full of fuel, boy. I tell you what, he took off and a little bit of fuel came out the overflow and everything. So they've got as much weight in the rear of that car as they can to get the looseness to help that thing rotate in the center of the corner. That is for sure. Off down into turn number 3. Great run right now. Air Doug Barnes working his way off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. One of the Lee Pulliam Performance machines across the stripe. And taking it easy on lap 1, 23rd, 20.160, 20.160. Caden Kloppel 17th with a 20.112. Look for Air Doug to put the throttle to the floor on lap number 2 across the stripe. He will come. But it looks like he's just going to stay right where he was. Let's see, let me look down through the timing and scoring. And Kloppel working his way around the racetrack. And Kloppel ends up 17th quick in the number 8 machine. A 20.112. His faster lap was lap number 1. And Air Doug, he ends up in 22nd, 20.127, 20.127. The car, everybody pulls stopwatches out every time he hits the track, hitting the race right.
26 of Peyton Sellers out of Danville, Virginia, the Danville Toyota Clarence's Steakhouse. Toyota won this race in 2022. And the 77 of Trevor Ward, the Harrisons.com, Mike Bledsoe Mechanical Chevrolet from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Sellers won it in 22. Ward won this race in 23.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And happy birthday to H.C. Sellers. As a matter of fact, today is his birthday. So out here, crew chief in the car and doing all the usual things to make sure life stays in fortune for him. But Peyton Sellers 34th on lap number 1, 20.254. Trevor Ward second quick, 19.925. 19.925. And there's Peyton Sellers, fourth quick, 19.944. Fourth quick for the Clarence's Steakhouse Toyota. Across the line comes Trevor Ward now in the Harrisons.com machine. How about P1? 19.886. 1/1000th of a second faster than Riley Gentry.
Pretty amazing some of the speeds we're seeing turned here at Martinsville Speedway tonight as qualifying begins to wind down. We're going to take a look at the 51 of Ryan Matthews. Ryan Matthews, Matthews Designs, S&M Auto Service Chevrolet from Topping, Virginia. And then we're going to see Cade Brown in the 4A, the Eagle Advanced Automation Caswell Glass Company Ford from Lincolnton, North Carolina.
Yeah, Cade Brown switching over to R&S race cars this season, driving the one of the cars right out of that shop for the Eagle Advanced Automation Ford, working his way down into turn number 1. Ryan Matthews, a standout at Langley Speedway, another one of the drivers from the Hampton, Virginia area, having a little bit of fun out here at Martinsville. I believe this is his second or third year coming, but Matthews right now 13th quick, 20.058, 20.058 for the 51 of Ryan Matthews. Decal dude. He owns Matthews Designs. He does all the wraps on his own cars, as well as about maybe 40 or 50 other cars around the local racing scene. And Matthews' second lap, 9th quick, 20.023. Waiting to see what Cade Brown can do on lap number 2. He's 14th quick on lap number 1. He'll be 8th quick on lap number 2, a 20.018. 20.018 for Cade Brown in the number 4A.
Jacob Borst in the 25 from Elon, North Carolina, getting ready for his qualifying run. The Gutterworks Barber Heating and Air Chevrolet from Elon, North Carolina. And then the 14, that's Jared Fryer, the GXS Wraps Eden Mobile Homes Ford from Trinity, North Carolina.
These two cars encircling the track. Borst down into turn number 1. Always a threat to win at his home track in South Boston, Virginia. And a young man that's won at just about every track he's been to and ready to collect the grandfather clock here this weekend. That 14 machine working around the track, Jared Fryer. 25 machine across the stripe. How about 10th quick right now for Jacob Borst, the 20.022. 20.022. Jared Fryer in the GXS Wraps Ford across the stripe, 9th quick. 20.018. 20.018. Borst working on lap number 2, 11th right now. He'll jump to 8th quick, 19.996. As we wait the 14 machine across the stripe. Jared Fryer with the checkered flag coming down from Brandon Willard. Across the track, he comes in a third place qualifying effort thus far, 19.903, P3 for car 14.
Next up, Carson Lofton in the 22. The autos by Nelson Napa Toyota out of Clemens, North Carolina. And then we'll take a look at the 7B of Tristan McKee, Gamebridge Spire Motorsports Chevrolet from Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Yeah, McKee, a winner earlier this year in the ARCA Series road course racing. and I believe became either the youngest or second youngest winner ever in the series history. So congratulations to him and that team. Had a great run going at a couple of the Florence, South Carolina races as well. And I mean, this young man's definitely put a wheel in his hand, and he's getting it done in just about anything he gets in. So that's the number 7 machine once again, Tristan McKee. But we've been watching Lofton all day long. He's been up in the top 3 in speed, and right now starts off white flag, P3, 19.898. 19.898. Across the stripe comes McKee, and that sounds a little bad underneath the hood there. 20.030 is breaking up a little early on the chip. 22 aloft and a little slower on lap number 2, so that 19.898 will be the lap that counts and holds him in 3rd spot. 7B of Tristan McKee across the stripe. He'll answer back to that little bit of a wild sound we heard with a P5 on lap number 2, a 19.907. 19.907 for the number 7 machine, actually the number 7B machine this weekend, Tristan McKee.
All right, the 95A of Sam Yarborough, the Aaron's Ford from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And then we get a look at the 16 of Cody Kelly, the AKPerformanceRange.com Chevrolet. Another car from South Carolina, from Hartsville.
Yeah, this is the most Fords I've seen in this field as well this year. There are a lot of Fords in here, so Ford fans, you're well covered this year. So make sure you listen so you can know the cars you're going to cheer for. They have their Ford Mustangs out here getting it done, working around this racetrack. The number 16 machine working through Cody Kelly. That is one of the Chevys, though, working around the racetrack. Yarborough across the stripe. Cody Kelly ends up 11th quick, found him first. 19.974, 19.974. Yarborough ends up 6th quick, 19.911, 19.911. See what Cody Kelly answers back with. How about the pole? Provisional pole right now, 19.865 for Cody Kelly in the 16 machine. Great run.
Not many cars left to go, about 6 cars left to run here for qualifying in the ValleyStar Credit Union 300. And off of pit road comes the 44 of Connor Jones. Jones Utilities, Family Tire and Auto Chevrolet from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And then the 57 of Landon Huffman, the Sheet Chevrolet from Claremont, North Carolina.
Connor Jones across the stripe and down into the corner. This young man has driven everything all the way up to the Craftsman Truck Series, including races here at Martinsville Speedway. So getting his late model stock car back underneath him as Landon Huffman crosses the stripe too. This Sheets car, really cool looking up close. Like little design stuff that's in there that you got to get close to the car, which you'll be able to see during the autograph session. That's the best part. You'll be able to go ahead and walk down and check out these cars up close and in person. Huffman right now 12th quick, 19.980, 19.980. Jones was 27th quick on lap number 1, 20.091. He'll jump to 15th quick, 20.001. So just outside of the 19-second bracket. Across the stripe for Huffman, he'll be a little bit slower on lap number 2. Stay 12th quick, 19.980, the official time for the 57.
All righty, folks, who's going to take the pole for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300? We get a look at Connor Hall, number 88, the Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boat Chevrolet. From Hampton, Virginia, the 77B of Blake Stallings. The RNS Race Cars 4 from Danville, Virginia. 2 of the fastest cars we've seen here today at Martinsville.
Yeah, your 4 fastest cars in session number 2 and are getting at it right now. And the Junior Motorsports number 88 machine, Connor Hall, working off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. You're going to see what they can do. Blake Stallings, that purple and white and gold number 77 machine with the Superman logo on the hood. RNS Race Cars on the quarter panel across the stripe for the 88. And Hall will be 16th quick on lap number 1, 20.010. 20.010. Stallings across the stripe. Look down a little ways here. 29th on lap number 1, 20.092. For Connor Hall, 12th quick on lap number 2, 19.974, 12th quick. And definitely not the qualifying effort that Blake was hoping for after his earlier practice session. 23rd, a 20.050. The fastest 2 cars of the day, that's who's left right now. Here they get ready to come.
The 0 of Landon Pemberton, the Pemberton Forest Products Williams logging forward from Amelia, Virginia, won this race in 2021. And what can you say about the driver of the 1B, Lee Pulliam, back behind the wheel? The Carolina Drilling Folsom Fence Chevrolet from Alton, Virginia. Lee is a 2-time winner of this race in 2011 and 2014.
Down into turn number 1 goes the young man that won this race the first time he tried. Landon Pemberton going down the backstretch in the 0 machine for his father's company, Pemberton Forest Products. Down into turn number 3, swings off of turn number 4. White flag in the air for that machine. Across the stripe he will come. 7th quick, 19.980. Lee Pulliam did a wild move off of turn number 4 a few years ago. Ended up pulling into victory lane. How about P2 on lap number 1? 19.879. Off of turn number 4 comes Pemberton. He makes the first strike at it. He will be still 7th quick, 19.905. Pulliam off of turn 4, the final car. Can he do it? No, he will be P2, 19.879. Cody Kelly has won the pole.
So we congratulate Cody Kelly in the 16, winning the pole for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 down on pit road. And you see his team and excited young driver right there, Cody Kelly, number 16. You know, it's the first step in a long weekend, but hey, you win the pole here for this race, you're making a mark.
Yeah, and everybody in Hartsville, South Carolina has got to be cheering on that young man now. He's standing down there. Oh, you can see on his face, he's like, I really can't believe that actually just happened. He just had a sigh of relief where he's been standing down there just watching with his teammates around the car. The 16 machine, AK Performance and Reigns.com Chevrolet getting it done. Your top 2 split your screen right now. Lee Pulliam getting ready to climb out. One of the fastest cars all day long under the sunlight. But now that it's gone dark, the track lights are on. It ended up being Cody Kelly outgunning one of the top drivers in this region. But you got to think, this is only Lee Pulliam's second time being back in a race car in 2 years.
That's what I was saying. I mean, for the first time he's been in a race car in a while, man, what an effort. P2 for Lee Pulliam. You know the car's going to race well. And then you got a young man like Cody Kelly up here at the top of the grid. And what a run for him. 19.865. Happy young man down on pit road for sure, and a seasoned veteran right alongside.
Yeah, 14 1/1000ths of a second between the top 2 machines. That's how close it was. And to run down through at least the rest of your top 10, Trevor Ward will end up 3rd quick in the 77. The 09 of Riley Gentry will round up 4th. Carson Lofton in the 22 5th. The 14 of Jared Fryer will end up 6th. Landon Pemberton in the 0 will end up 7th. The 7B of Tristan McKee will end up 8th. Sam Yarbrough in the 95A 9th. And the 97 of Michael Baumgartner still can hold his head high. Top 10 qualifying effort for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300.
Well, fans, while we got you here for a moment, let's give you the rundown for tomorrow. Gates will open at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon here at Martinsville Speedway. Don't forget the ever-popular autograph session is back. That's going to be from 12:45 to 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. 3 o'clock, we're going to start the first of 4 heat races. We'll roll right through them. 25 laps each to set the running order and to see who makes the field for the feature, the 200-lapper tomorrow night. Pre-race getting underway at about 6. Drop the green flag at about 7 o'clock. For the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 tomorrow night. Again, Cody Kelly is your pole sitter. We congratulate that young man. Lee Pulliam is 2nd. And we'll see how the heat races. That'll be the next big thing, how it shakes out tomorrow.
Yeah, and just what it used to be is it used to lock in the top 20. Of course, everything's changed now. We do the heat races, but let's go through the rest of your top 20. 11th place qualifier was Peyton Sellers in the 26. Brandon Pierce in the 2A was 12th. The 98A of Donovan Strauss was 13th. Connor Hall in the 88 machine, 14th. The 57 of Landon Huffman, 15th. Dylan Harville in the 33, 16th. Jacob Horst in the 25 17th. 18th spot went to the 44 of Connor Jones. Cade Brown in the 4A would be in 19th. And rounding out your top 20 was Caden Kloppel in the number 8 machine. That's 20 out of the, I believe, 66 cars that took time today here at Martinsville Speedway. We'll see you back at the paperclip for some great racing tomorrow here. Remember, the fan gates open at 12:30. And we're going to have an autograph session, good times on the front stretch, and then go racing for the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 and decide who's going to be the Virginia Triple Crown champion.
And there up on the video screen, you get a good look at your pole sitter, Cody Kelly. Again, we send congratulations to he and his team. Fans, thank you for being here today and tonight. And again, the gates will open up tomorrow. Be here, be ready to roll for some great racing tomorrow here at Martinsville. Gates open at 12:30. Be safe on your travels home. We'll see you here tomorrow afternoon at the ValleyStar Credit Union 300 at Martinsville.